Thanksgiving is nearly here. Welcome, everybody.
You're on, girl.
Okay, welcome, everybody. It is just before Thanksgiving, and I would like to say something. I just want to say thank you. I just want to say thank you. My heart is packed. Okay, should I talk about what I'm going to be doing?
Absolutely.
Then I want to go back to my teacher in Vienna who taught me how to draw. And I'm going to say her name in German, and then I'll say it in English. Her name was Frau, which means lady, Lehrerin, teacher, Vogel. Her name was, we used to say the whole name, Frau Lehrerin Vogel. Her first name was Rosa, and she walked us through the Hitler time without fear. And forever, she will teach me that it's possible to walk through dangerous times and not betray anybody. Because there were a few, like me, Jewish children in class. And we were all afraid of what was happening outside during the Hitler times. And when we were not allowed to go to school anymore, because Jews were not allowed to take public school classes. Her memory sustained me, and I drew and drew and drew, because she said, create. Don't create what other people did for you. Don't copy pictures. Find what you want to do and do it with joy. And I'm going through this now because I'm handicapped and 95 years old. I can no longer take my car, drive into Manhattan, and sit on a street corner and draw. But Kenny brought me...
Grandma, it's got thorns. It's got thorns.
Yeah, but I'm touching where there are no thorns.
Oh, be careful.
I looked at it before, and I realized the thorns are in between the blossoms. And like Frau Lehrerin Vogel, you can do anything if you want to, if you think before you do it and find the danger. So she died peacefully in a home for Catholic women during the worst of the times, when anybody who helped Jews would end up dead. So in her memory, let's draw, okay? Kenny had brought me this wonderful branch, and I looked at it carefully, just as she would have done first, to see where the danger lies. And it lies in between. If you're not careful, a thorn will jump out and hurt you.
I stabbed myself multiple times getting that.
So, let me first of all find my glasses, which are right here. And I'm going to sit up straight, because when I went back to Vienna, I wrote and asked if anybody knew her. And I got some amazing letters back. One woman wrote, my daughter had very bad handwriting. And I asked the teacher, Frau Lehrerin Vogel, to help her. So she invited her to her own home, sat her down and said, sit like a princess, sit up straight. Make believe you have a crown, and you have to be very straight, or the crown will fall off, and then draw. So let me listen to her right now and stop slumping and sit up like a princess
Dear folks, I just have to let you know that Facebook is not letting
and
us
put my
see-
glasses on. And we are going to be teaching every week her way. And we will keep her alive that way.
And Grandma, I'm just going to say that we're not able to see the chat, so if folks are saying things, I'm sorry, we just, we can't see it.
Wait,
yet.
say this louder.
Oh, yeah, that we can't see. I can't read out the chat comments because they're not showing. Only the names of a few
Okay.
people are showing.
Okay, I have a huge paper, and so I'm going to take what is closest to me. There is a little, lonely little plant there. And it's hanging on by two little wires. And from it comes one little branch. And since I could no longer drive out into the world and draw and paint, Kenny brought this part of the world to me. First, I have to move all the pencils because they're in the way.
They're in the way.
Thank you, Kenny.
Would it be easier for you if you put if I moved that and you put your sketch pad on here so you had a flat surface, so you wouldn't, just.
Am I
easier on
still
you?
sitting like a crown?
You are sitting like a princess.
Like a princess.
Yes. But here, if you want to put this down here like you did last time,
Thank you.
maybe this will be better for you.
Yes. How can I be a princess if I'm not sitting correctly?
Would you want to put it like this?
But then I can't sit up straight.
Oh, up to you. It's just I think it might be easier for you to draw like this.
Wait, I'll tell you what.
You decide. You be
I am very short, but there is a stool over here.
Oh, can I get it for you? Let me grab
Yes.
it. Perfect.
There,
I'll get this right for you.
the stool. Oh, how wonderful.
Without this or with this?
Let's keep it and see.
Okay.
Princess Hetty is going to now work.
Sorry, folks, for the
Hetty, sit
shadows.
up straight like a princess. Marcia, am I doing that like you? Okay. Come back, my little branch.
Oh, I got it. I got it.
Wonderful. Okay.
Is that good? Tell me how
Perfect.
you want it. Is that good?
Now, first of all, there's a little knob up here. Let me concentrate on the little knob. It's not just a knob. It is a beginning of a little branch. Can you see the pic as I'm working, Kenny?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I cannot go into the woods, but in my mind, I am in them.
Hmm.
And this is something I would like to speak about. I asked my granddaughter, Jessie, and I spoke to you about it. I said, how do you see the world? And she said, nothing dies. It just changes shape. And I have had people I loved so deeply pass away. And I'm allowed to carry them. And therefore, I have such value. And I want to talk about that.
You have
Because,
such value, you mean partly because you're carrying all of them?
say it louder.
You have such value partly because you're carrying all of them?
Yes.
Mm.
Somehow, the miracle that we never lose anybody. You know, I've told you this before, but Kinha, who met me because I wrote about the Lower East Side, where she grew up when they fled China. And if I talk about people who are refugees, it is something that haunts me, because I was a refugee, and now they are deporting them. They even said there will be a massive hunt in this land of ours, which so desperately needs people to work, because there aren't enough people to do the work. Is throwing away immigrants. Make believe that each of these little pearly, gorgeous seeds is a refugee ready to give to the world. What I'm giving to you, because I'm a refugee, and I am giving drawing lessons to people who ache to do this, and I'm giving it free. And you didn't deport me. If I would have been coming here today to the border, I would be arrested and sent across the world, goodness knows where. And they would call me a criminal.
A criminal. Yes.
Without knowing who I am.
Yes.
But during those days, people helped me. And it's my job to make people become kind again. Because I have you listening to me. Why do I have you listening to me? Because you allowed me to come to America. And why am I bringing my wonderful teacher to you? Because she gave to me, and I am a giver. Do you see how they become alive? Because there are dark parts and light parts. Just like nature. Nothing is perfect until we see it as perfect. It's how you see that determines how you act. Learn to see. I don't know if I told you this, but there was a wonderful woman in my life. Her name was Linda, and I drew her. And she said, I've always wondered how people see me. Show me how you see me. And I said, no, I'm going to be giving you this drawing. So I want it the way you see yourself. And I told you this story before, but I carried within me that we decided people see us the way we decide to see them. So somewhere in these vast amount of people whom we want to throw out at the border, whom we want to round up and put into prisons, somewhere there may be one who will give you the cure for the cancer which killed your child. If you only see people in fear, they'll be afraid of you, and they won't help you. Let me tell you more. When Eric said, let's do a painting of people who do kind things for others, and I kept meeting them until Kenny, who did the hard work, said, Mom, you can't, because there's no room anymore. And so I kept meeting wonderful people, as you will. You'll meet the ugly ones if you're afraid of them. But you'll meet the good ones if you help them. And so I began drawing people, wonderful people. There are so many, if that's what you want to see. And I'm going to show you, not today, but next week, I will show you a few of them. And because I'm handicapped and have aides coming to help me, physical therapy and occupational therapy, because of that, I've met people who are givers. Kenny, are there any comments?
There are probably lots of comments, Grandma, but we can't see them. Facebook is, even when I swipe left.
But you have to speak louder for me.
Facebook is not letting us see them. You know how it does that sometimes? It's not letting us see them.
Oh.
Oh, wait, maybe if I press this button. No. Oh, we got to put in a comment. Maybe now people's comments will show. Let's see.
Can you speak louder?
Yes, if anybody has a comment, please put it in. Maybe it's working now. Maybe I just got it to work by putting in a comment by Eddie.
Wonderful.
Eddie is watching. Eddie Weidman.
Hi, Eddie. Eddie is an amazing photographer. And we worked together on something and trying to figure out how to do what we wanted to do. And he came up with something wonderful. He did a description of a friend, and by a miraculous way, he captured her in photography Kenny, can you see the drawing happening?
Yes, I've been going back and forth between you and the
Wonderful.
drawing.
Because I want to do accents now. And I want people
Careful, careful.
to see.
Here.
Thank you.
This one?
All of them.
You got
So
it.
I can pick. Okay? Look at this point. Show it to people and see how many darks there are. And the darks are amazing. And the darks are what holds all the little ones together. And they're really deep darks. And I use them to show distance because they're not catching the light. And some have little thorns. But you see what the darks do? The darks give life. And maybe that's why nature gives us some dark times. Because when things are dark around, they make the light shine more. And like my teacher taught, I love what I'm doing. Don't do things that you don't love. There are enough things in life where you have to do what you don't love. Right? You don't have to do it in your private life. That should be where you listen to your heart. See what joy happens with the darks. They make you see the lights. And I am having a wonderful time, even though I could not be out in the orchard or in Central Park. Because, thank you, Kenny, for bringing me the outside in. And thank you, my teacher in Vienna, Rosa Vogel, for telling me only do things with love. And there's not much time left. And we can't have comments.
I know, that's so sad. I love the comments.
Yeah, but I found out they come later.
Right.
Not during the program. And so, maybe that's what life is. You cannot get what you want when you want it. But I did have this miraculous teacher whom I can give to you every single week. You see what the darks are doing? I'm giving myself joy. What I would like to do is to put a mirror in front and begin to draw a person.
Draw yourself? Do you mean a
Yep.
self-portrait?
Unless I could get somebody to pose for me.
I could pose.
Kenny,
Would you want to?
I would love it.
I would love it too. Are you kidding?
Okay, I'm going to draw Kenny next week.
As long as I can keep filming. Yes.
And Kenny has to promise
Lucky me.
not to grow a big beard because I know him with lots of hair on his face, but no beard hiding anything. I might not do his face, but I might do his hands.
Mm.
Because
that might be hard if I'm holding the camera. Excuse me. Oh,
bless you.
Folks, I'm sorry.
See the accents? When something touches something else, it accents. Remember the lesson. Don't copy. Look and see. Let it be all yours. Because if you copy something, you have to do what they're telling you to do. And you're too precious for that.
Mm. Any other final last thoughts?
The what?
Any other final last thoughts? Because it's 7:30.
No, except have a happy Thanksgiving and use it for the reason why it was made, to say thank you. Thank you, all of you. Happy Thanksgiving. I love you.